Hey guys, right, okay, so what I want to just talk about today is something that I know so many people struggle with, and it's business networking or morning meetings, whatever you want to call them, breakfast meetings, network meetings, brunch, lunch, evening. There's a whole host of different ones what's around, and I think that so many people just struggle with the right process. And it's the same for any kind of business you operate, whether you're a graphic designer, a photographer, a coach, mentor, sales trainer, whether you do leaflets and distribution and print. I think that so many people just struggle with getting the process right. And we've all heard this story that, you need to go networking, you expect to be there and a member for maybe 6 months before you see any real gain or any real benefits. And I see so many people that just walk away from networking saying it doesn't work, it's not right for their business, it's not right for them, it doesn't work for them. It works, it definitely does. Whether it's a paid membership group, whether it's a pay-as-you-go group, it definitely works. What doesn't work is the processes that you have in place. And I'm going to take a stab in the dark, and it's a pretty much calculated guess, but I'm going to guess that you don't have any processes, you don't have any systems in place for how you should use networking effectively. So the first thing is your pitch, your script. When you get there, you definitely need to have some form of script, but I think that some people, they put too much emphasis on this. They spend a lot of time getting a really good script together or a good pitch, and then they get there and they fall to pieces. Now, I'm not saying don't have a script. I think scripts are massively important for all parts of your life. You need a script for how you're going to handle objections, you need a script for closing business, you need a script for cold calling, you need a script for your life. So I know, and I definitely fully endorse that scripts are massively important. But at the same time, don't spend too much time putting this fantastic script together, what's going to create this nervousness or this kind of this tension, so that when you come to deliver it, it's like, don't know what to do, forget what, and then you give yourself a hard time because you forgot to mention key parts of what you put down. So definitely do have an idea of what you want to say. If it's a product, great, go and push that product. If it's a service that you're doing or a special offer, push that service or special offer. But don't give yourself a hard time if you forget to say certain things. If you need to, write it down, take it with you, stand there in your hand and read it to the audience, to the group, to the people that's there. Read it word for word until you can master it, but don't give yourself a hard time. Now, when it comes to the process, this is the biggest thing that makes the most difference whether networking is going to be successful for you or not. Firstly, you have to go with an intention that you're going to sell something. And I know this goes against everything that everyone else will probably tell you. Don't go there to try and sell your product, go there to build a relationship. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. You need to go with intention. The only people who's telling you this to go without an intention are probably the people who's running the group. They don't want people coming in and selling and pushing hard. They want a group that's friendly and buzzy and got loads of relationship building. Well, let me tell you something. Build a relationship after you've got some business out of the person. That is that is the best way for you to build a relationship. Give them the service, give them the quality, give them your product, give them everything that you can give them. Go above and beyond, over promise and over deliver. That's how you're going to build a relationship, really going further. So when it comes to actually going to the group, you need to be actually going in that group with an intention that I'm going to sell my products or services. Because if you're not, why bother? You can go into town, you can go into your local bar, and you can build relationships with people in there. And that's something that you should probably be doing as well, to be honest with you. You should definitely be looking at building into power bases and tapping into your audience and going to your local restaurants and going to your local pubs and bars. Definitely be looking at doing that, or you'd be foolish not to. It's on your doorstep for first hand. But listen, you've got to go in with that intent. If you aren't going in there with an intent to sell, why bother going? If it's in the morning, you're getting up at 6:30, you're getting up at 5:30. If you don't used to do that, I do it anyway. I get up at 5:30 every morning. I love it. It feels like I've had an extra half a day in my working day. That's a couple of days and then some each week extra. We were sat down at a breakfast meeting yesterday, brunchtime meeting, and a colleague of mine, a friend who we work together quite closely, was saying that I could do an extra day in the week. I said, just get up earlier. get up earlier. Do you know, if you had just an extra day, do you know, sorry, not an extra day, if you had just an extra hour or an extra 90 minutes to your day by getting up earlier, there's your extra day this week. Do you know, we've got to start thinking bigger, start thinking different, start being creative, because this is what we need to do as entrepreneurs. This is what we need to do as self-employed business owners wanting to scale and grow. We've got to get that hustle on, guys. We can't sit around and wait for things to come to us. You've got to go out and get it. And networking's no different. You've got to get into networking, and you've got to go with an intent. The next thing is you need to have a process for what happens next. Do you know, I found the best way that works for me, and everyone's different, but this works for me, and everyone I've told to do the same, I found it works amazingly well for them as well. You need to follow up. Do you know, every single person that you meet at networking, follow them up. Do you know, book a coffee meeting with them, book a meeting, book to catch up and have a beer with them in that local bar where you can all build a relationship together. But you need to follow up. Do you know, pick up the phone, give them a call. Phone them up, pick up the phone, give them a call, say, hey, it's me, we met this morning at networking. You should definitely do it the same day as well. Listen, we met this morning at networking, I wanted to give you a quick call, fantastic to meet you. Is there anything I can do for you? Is there anything I can do for you? What can I help you with? What are they going to say? Yes, no, don't know, not quite sure. Fantastic. They say no, okay, fantastic, that's not a problem at all. Is there anything else that you need help with? Do you know, can I help you connect with somebody? Do you know, who are you looking for? What business, what service, what sector, what industry? Who do you want me to help you connect to? So when I'm out there pushing and I'm hustling myself and I'm grinding, who is it that I can keep a lookout for to pass on to you? Because I'm going to refer people. And I do this all the time with the way that I network. I'm always looking out for things for people. I'll send them email introductions to other people. I'll hook them up. I'll tell them they've got to meet with these people. Am I the best networker? I don't know. Probably not. I imagine there's going to be people out there that network a lot better than I do, but all I know is what works for me. And that's what I'm trying to tell you about here, is what works for me can work for you, but you've got to do it. So you need a process. So the first process is you've got to call them. And if they say yes, fantastic, let's get a meeting in. If they say no, not a problem, you're not going to lose them. Joe, put them on a list, put them on your pipeline, put them on a B pipeline, C pipeline, put them somewhere that you're never going to forget them. Stay in touch, connect, reach out. Never let yourself disappear into obscurity. You need to be making sure that you're constantly there, so when they're ready to pull that trigger and make a decision, you're the person that they think of. This is how networking works. This is how it works effectively. If they say yes, you sign them up, you get them on, bang. If they say they're unsure, do you know what? Totally understand. Let's get a coffee. Let me sit down, find out exactly what it is you do in your business. Let me find out how I can fill that gap and what problem my business can solve for yours, and let's get a deal done. Then you build a relationship. Why wait 6 months? Why go somewhere that's going to cost you time, money, commitment for 6 months building something on the hope it might work? That's shit, guys. That's shit. That's the completely wrong way. Whoever's telling you that, stop listening to him. Don't spend no time with them. Get away from them type of people. And I was saying this yesterday at the networkings that I attend. Do you know, people said that money is not the most important thing, and I say it is. Absolutely, it's the most important thing if you're in business. Because if you don't have no money coming into your business, you do not have a business. Anyone who tells you that money is not important probably doesn't have any money. That's why it's not important to them. So you've got to be money orientated and focused around closing deals, getting business in, closing it, pulling it, getting it from everywhere. Then you've got to be able to actually get more. Do you know, this is how you build loyalty and relationships with people, as you start selling them more service and product, because it actually gives more value to that first deal. So you've got to start doing this more. This is part of the process. Phone them. You meet them, you phone them, you follow up, and you ask them, can I do anything for you? Do you know, what can I help you with right now? What can I do for you right now? If it's a maybe, coffee. If it's a yes, great, let's do it. Sign there. If it's a no, not a problem. I'm going to stay in touch with you, but so I can help you. Do you know, so I can help you. What is it that you're looking for? So when I'm out there, I can plug people into you as well. I can plug people into you. So I refer as well. And what you have to then do is you need another process after this. You know, have you got an email system? Have you got a newsletter that you send out? Get them on your newsletter. Send out these weekly newsletters, or monthly at least. At absolute minimum, you need to be sending a monthly newsletter. Ideally you want to be doing it once a week. I know that not everyone's in a place where they've got the resources to do this, but you definitely need to be doing this. Absolutely must be sending them a follow-up email on a weekly or maybe a monthly basis. part of the process. Then stay in touch with them, follow up again. Call them, touch them, reach out to them. These touch points everywhere, text messages, emails, send them a video. Here's my latest products. We met at networking a few months ago, a few weeks ago, whenever it was. I know we talked initially and there was nothing I could do for you at the time. I just want to share some of my latest products. Here it is. Then follow up with your phone call again. I'm going to give you a call in the next few days or the next few hours or whatever it may be in the video, and then say, here we go, bang, I'm on the phone. Did you like the product? Have you any questions about the product? Can we get you started with this product? Who do you know who this product can help? This is how networking really works. If you're sat there waiting for someone to come up to you in a meeting and say, I love your services, I love the jeans that you make, or you're a seamstress and you make dresses or clothes or whatever it is, no one's going to come over to you and say, here, have my money. There may be occasional times that you get someone like that, so I need to speak with you. And ask yourself this question when you're there networking. There's people who say, oh, I need to speak with you, and then they avoid you. They avoid you. They swerve your phone calls, they ignore your emails. So you need to push hard. You've got to push hard. You've got to keep on chasing them and following up and having a process in place that allows you to do this. If you don't, you're just wasting time. And this is exactly the same of social media. So many people play around on social media, they schedule posts and do this and do that, and they don't even have a strategy. They have no game plan for what they're trying to achieve. Are you trying to get email addresses? Are you trying to build your likes and your following? Are you trying to build your community? Are you trying to sell them a product or service? Are you trying to make sure that your brand have an idea what it is that you want to do? Because that's the only way it'll work. Networking will only work if you go in there with an intent to get some business.